This is going to be my zombie makeup tutorial. I'm going to be using this kit from Walmart. I don't know if I'm an expert, but everybody always says that my zombie costumes look pretty good. So I'll be using this. I don't know if I can say Walmart to YouTube, but this is a pretty good kit. The most important thing that your kit needs to have is like liquid latex and the basic palette of makeup. Blood, whatever. I usually get really big buckets of blood to drench, but I found an original vintage beaded jacket, so I don't want to run out of that. The first thing I'm going to do is take the liquid latex, and this will be for our wound. Usually it's like real watery. If your liquid latex is all like jelly, then it's old and not good anymore. Just apply a generous coat where you want the wound. I believe that like bigger is better when it comes to this. And you know, you don't have to do it perfect because we're gonna tear it up and everything anyway. But just make sure that you have an area that's well covered. And you know, it's good to put it in a few areas. Because all this is mostly going to be covered up with makeup anyway. So, you know, just because it looks like my face is covered in semen now, it'll be clear and covered in makeup later, so it doesn't matter. And, if you have like sideburns like I do, unless you want to tear them off, it's a good idea to shave them, because this is probably going to hurt when I go to wash this crap off. Okay, so right now I look like an idiot because I'm covered in white crap, but when it dries it will dry clear and then we can tear it up and stuff, and then we'll go from there. So okay, now after we let the latex dry about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, I cheated. We have a hand dryer because I'm here at work and I just put my face under it for like 5 minutes so it dried really fast. It goes on clear like you can see on my forehead, and all you do is you like grab the center of it and pinch like I did here, and you pull it and then it just stretches and tears, and you can make some cool effects because later I'm going to put like some black and do it all with the makeup, and it'll look like natural. And the nice thing about liquid latex and like the wax, it starts flat and you can build it up, where the wax just kind of builds up and you have to blend to the size of your skin. See how I'm pulling that there? And let that go. Now it looks like a big oily thing. Then we can get that, stretch it, tear it in the center, and it looks all nasty. So, see? And then I got one on my nose here. Tear that off, make it look like, you know, my nose is peeling off. And that's kind of how the liquid latex works. And next, I'll be doing the makeup. Okay, now the first thing makeup-wise that I did was I applied a white base. This is just kind of get everything started and covered. This is kind of like my primer level. And then I'll work everything on top of this. I'll take the wounds and I'll use blacks and go back. I'll reinforce like the inside lines, the muscle structure. Make sure to try to get a little bit of like really light gray everywhere. You know, I put a little in my ears, around my neck, around the back of my neckline, and just, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect or you know, perfectly flattened, you know, all over the entire face. It could be a little spotty and it helps add to the effect, but just at least make sure you get a little bit of everywhere, and you know, it'll be easier to build after that. Okay, now the next layer I did was this medium gray. I did that on the inside of the eyes. I followed some of the lines in my forehead, like squinted and made crow's feet to know how far to go. There's also a little bit on the inside right here. I guess, I don't know what you'd call that, jowl line. It's good to always put like a little bit across your lips too. You're gonna probably eat it throughout the night, you know, for effect. Of course, some more behind the ears and on the neck and underneath. So pretty much you're just trying to darken the points, like where there's creases in your face. If I go like this, you can see on the inside the crow's feet. Go like this, you can see all the lines in my forehead. And then just make sure the edge of like where your wounds are, it's smoothing out properly. And then if you go too far in another area, just go back to your lighter gray and reestablish just so it's a nice blend. And other than that, that's what we used to do. So the next thing I did was the black. I got more inside of the eyes, not so much like the outer part, but more like really, really in. And then went over my eyebrows a little bit. Then I made this like really scrunchy face, and went over my crow's feet, so like when your face goes normal, you can see like all the little white cracks in there. It looks pretty cool. And some more primaries inside of the, like where your jowl is, a little bit underneath my lip. I got my neck, made a couple lines where that muscle would be, around the collar, more behind my ears. Should probably put some more in my ears now that I'm in black. And then I did the same effect that I did with the crow's feet on my eyes with my forehead. I just gently went over it in black. And so like when you just rest your face, then all those little like light gray lines are in there. And the next part we're going to do is the texture. And that's where this little guy comes in handy. It's like a little more meshy sponge. And this will kind of like be the detail portion. And we'll go with more blacks, lighter grays for the like in and around the wounds, and then we'll start working on the wounds themselves to make them more visible. And that'll be like pretty much like our last step. So I've applied all the like black and white like spackly spatter. And like I said, I just use this little guy. It's really like spongy, and you just like kind of like twist it in there, and then just do little dots, and it gives like a nice texture all over the face. And also I added some greens near my mouth and like a little bit around my eyes, and then I also like speckled my eyes more away. Again, doing that crow's feet effect, and again like on my forehead doing the same thing. And now we're gonna kind of try to get the wounds to stand out. Gonna go ahead and use that blood red that's in that kit and some more blacks, and maybe lighten around the edges just so they're a little more visible. But we're getting there. So be patient, we're getting there. Okay, and the last thing we did was where the wound was, I kind of like pulled it up, and then I went under there with the red pencil, the red wax pencil that comes with it, and I just kind of swish it around so like when you let go of the latex lays over it and strips in places, and then you can see the wound underneath. And then I just take that little spackle sponge that I was using before, and I just go over it again with black, so it just kind of pushes it further back in there. And for the most part, this is pretty much done. I don't know if you like it. This is kind of what I do. I don't use a whole lot of colors like other people might, like tans and greens and stuff. Mine are mostly like charcoals and grays and stuff. And then just take my hair down, and there you go. That is a Daniel Falsetta original zombie. Like I said, I hope you like it. If you don't like it, sorry I wasted your time. Leave comments if you have any questions. I know I didn't do the whole thing because it'd been pretty long. I think it took me about 45 minutes to do the whole process. You got to just see little snippets after I was done doing stuff. But hopefully this helps you along with whatever you're doing, if you're making movies or just having fun at Halloween. But thanks for sitting through this. Like I said, if you have any questions, just comment me. I'll try to get back to you. I will get back to you. So there you go. Thanks for sitting through this, and catch you later. Go have fun scaring people. Okay, this is the makeup done. Kind of said done, but I kind of looked at the video and you couldn't really see it too well, so this is kind of what we have here. Here's a nice wound for you. Another one. So that's kind of what it looks like done. Yeah, cool, scary.